Okay, so this next book is a really unique book. This book is a book that I bought from Button Poetry, and I want to take a minute and just kind of, you know, shout out Button Poetry. Button Poetry is a company that primarily releases chapbooks, which are very short poetry books, usually about 100 pages or less. But one of the things I love about Button Poetry, they have a YouTube channel, they have a new video every day. And they're just a really great company. The stuff they're putting out is phenomenal. I think they're a fantastic company for putting out diverse voices in poetry, and for being very supportive of the community around them. So if you don't know about Button Poetry, please go over to Button Poetry's website, buy a couple of chat books, subscribe to their YouTube channel. I highly recommend them. That being said, it's slam poetry, and so the poetry has a diverse array of content. So some of it will be mature, and if that's something that concerns you, just be aware before you go over, okay? The book that I want to talk about today is called A Love Song, A Death Rattle, A Battle Cry. Poem, Lyrics, and Essays by Kyle Guante, Tran, Myhre. So what's so unique about this book is most of the Button Poetry books are, for one thing, substantially thinner, much shorter books. But most of them are strictly poetry, and that's not what this one is. Kyle Guante Tran Myhre is so he goes by Guante. He is a white rapper with some Asian ancestry, and he is very vocal about social justice causes and about equality and equity. And so this book has lyrics from raps that he's written. It has poems that he's written. But beyond that, it also has essays, basically about how you can stand up for what's right, how you can be more involved in creating creating a world with social justice. So, for instance, some of the topics that this covers is there will be an essay, or there will be song lyrics, or there will be a poem, and then after that, it'll talk to you about the subject matter of that series. So it talks about, first of all, just what is spoken word and slam poetry, and there's a whole essay in there about that. There is an essay in here about rape culture and toxic masculinity. There are essays in here about racism, privilege, and hip hop. There's essays in here about all kinds of really important things: feminism, men's rights, progressive politics, how to have a voice without stepping on the people who you're trying to be an ally for. And especially right now, I think that's something that would be really beneficial to us. How can I help, for instance, Black Lives to Matter, without taking over their voice? How can I help women to feel safe without taking over their voice? It's Pride Month. How can I support the LGBTQ community without taking their voice? And what does that mean? What does it mean to be an ally? So there's poetry, there's song lyrics, and there's essays that support that. If you've not read A Love Song, A Death Rattle, A Battle Cry, I highly recommend that you pick that up.